Everyone says AI is eliminating financial middlemen. But here's the truth no one tells you. Middlemen never disappear. They evolve. And the new ones are quieter, faster, and far more powerful. We've been told that technology would finally free us from the old gatekeepers of finance, making everything direct, open, and fair. But that's only half the story. The truth is, the middlemen didn't vanish, they just upgraded. They traded their pinstripe suits for server racks, their marble lobbies for sleek user interfaces. And in doing so, they've become almost invisible. Traditional banks and payment processors are losing their grip, making way for a new wave of financial players. They don't operate out of towering skyscrapers or local branches. Their power comes from code, data, and the digital infrastructure that underpins our entire modern economy. Welcome to part 7 of our series, The New Middlemen. Today, we're pulling back the curtain to reveal who really controls the future of your money. In the old financial system, power was easy to see. It sat with institutions. Your bank held your accounts. Your broker controlled your access to the markets. The clearinghouses were the ultimate arbiters. Deciding which transactions went through and which didn't, power was centralized in physical buildings and well-known brand names. In the new system, that power has shifted. It no longer resides in institutions, but on platforms. Think about it. Whoever controls the interface, the app on your phone, ultimately controls the flow of your money. Your savings, your investments, and your daily spending all live inside a single super app. That app effectively becomes your new bank, your new broker, and your new payment processor, all rolled into one. It becomes the primary gatekeeper to your financial life, even if there's no traditional bank logo in sight. This shift is subtle but profound. We've moved from a world where you deal with a company to a world where you exist inside a digital ecosystem. And in that ecosystem, the platform's rules are the only rules that matter. Now, let's talk about the most potent weapon in the new middleman's arsenal: data. The most powerful financial gatekeepers today don't just move money, they interpret behavior. They are masters of watching, analyzing, and predicting. Sophisticated AI systems are constantly sifting through mountains of information about you. They analyze your spending patterns, track your income stability, and look for any subtle signals that might indicate risk. They learn your habits, your preferences, and your decisions, often better than you know them yourself. Skis from this ocean of data. These systems make critical decisions that shape your financial reality. They decide who gets approved for credit and at what interest rate. They determine who pays higher insurance premiums. They decide who gets flagged for suspicious activity and who gets their account restricted, sometimes without any human intervention. In this new world, data doesn't just describe you anymore. It actively defines what the system permits you to do. Your financial identity is no longer just your credit score. It's a dynamic, constantly updated profile built from your every digital footprint. Every financial system, whether it's old or new, runs on something called rails. These are the invisible networks, the settlement layers, and the APIs that allow money to move from point A to point B. When you tap your card, send a payment, or receive your salary, you're using these rails. Most people never see them, never even think about them. That's where the real power lies. Whoever owns and controls these rails can do a lot more than just facilitate a transaction. They can allow certain transactions and block others. They can set the fees for using the network, taking a tiny slice of trillions of dollars in global commerce. Most importantly, they can enforce the rules of the entire system. The old middlemen, the banks and brokers, charged you a fee for access to their services. The new middlemen are smarter. They control the fundamental pathways of the economy itself. If you're a business, a developer, or even just an individual, and you don't control the rails you're using, you are, and always will be, a guest in someone else's system, subject to their rules and their fees. In a world of automated finance, where decisions are made by algorithms in milliseconds, your identity becomes the ultimate gate. It's the master key that unlocks everything. AI-driven financial systems rely on robust, verifiable identity to function. This means a heavy dependence on things like digital IDs, biometric scans like facial recognition or fingerprints, and even continuous behavioral verification, where the system constantly checks if it's really you based on how you type, move your mouse or hold your phone. On one hand, this makes the system incredibly safe and efficient. It can stop fraud in its tracks and approve legitimate transactions instantly. But it also creates a new kind of fragility, a new point of control. If your identity is centralized and controlled by a single platform or authority, your access to the entire financial system can be revoked in an instant. This wouldn't necessarily be the result of a human making a conscious decision. It could be triggered by an automated rule, a glitch in the system, or a data breach that flags your digital identity as compromised. No identity means no access. It's a simple and potentially brutal equation. So, why are we all flocking to these new systems? The answer is simple and overwhelmingly persuasive. Convenience. The new middlemen offer an experience that is almost irresistible. We're talking about instant payments to anyone, anywhere in the world. Automated investing that manages your portfolio while you sleep. Smart lending that approves you for a loan in seconds, right from your phone. It's finance with zero friction, zero effort. But this incredible convenience comes with a hidden cost, a trade-off that is often subtle and easy to overlook in exchange for ease. We often give up transparency, control, and we become more dependent on these complex systems that we don't own and rarely understand. The easier something is to use, the more power is typically centralized behind the scenes. We are trading our financial independence for convenience. And while convenience feels good in the moment, true independence requires something more demanding: understanding how the system actually works. So, faced with this new landscape, what is the intelligent response? The goal isn't to reject technology or to try and live completely off the grid. That's not realistic or even desirable. The goal is to adapt, to use these powerful tools without becoming wholly dependent on any single one of them. The most financially resilient people in the coming decade will be those who adapt their strategies. They don't just use financial products, they take the time to understand how the underlying systems work. They diversify not just their investments, but their platforms and their points of access. They don't keep all their digital eggs in one basket. They never rely on a single gatekeeper for their financial well-being. And crucially, they stay informed about the rules of the game, who owns the rails, how identity is being managed, and what data is being collected. In the future, financial literacy won't just be about stocks and bonds. It will be about understanding structure, power, and control. The story we've been sold about technology decentralizing finance is a nice one, but it's incomplete. Middlemen didn't disappear, they just became invisible. They shed their physical forms and embedded themselves in the code that runs our lives. The future of money won't be controlled by grand buildings with flags out front, but by platforms, by data, and by the digital rails that connect everything. And in this new world, the real advantage, the real power, belongs to those who can see the system clearly, who understand the architecture of control before everyone else is simply forced to use it without question. If you want to be one of those people, and you're ready for Part 8, where we break down the practical steps individuals can take to build financial sovereignty in this automated world, comment Part 8 below and make sure you're subscribed. Because in the new financial system, understanding isn't just power, it's the only real leverage you have. Thanks for watching.